A home is one of the largest purchases a person will make in their entire life and can seem like an overwhelming and nerve-wracking experience, especially if it's your first time. Well, here are the 5 key things you need to know when purchasing a home to help you avoid making some costly mistakes. I'm Victoria Ortiz. I'm a local Bay Area realtor, and I help first-time homebuyers just like you move in and around the East Bay. So if you'd like to know anything else about the home buying process, please don't hesitate to give me a call, send me a text, or shoot me an email. I would love to help you out. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be posting more content for first-time home buyers, so stay tuned. Now let's get into it. My first tip is avoid financing any large purchases. If you're planning on purchasing a home within the next few months, hold off on financing any other large purchases until after the close of escrow. Financing a large new purchase before you get a mortgage can affect things like your credit score and your debt-to-income ratio, which can affect your loanable amount. This is especially important if you're already in contract on a home. Now, that isn't to say that you should stop going out to dinner or hold off on all other purchases completely, but if you're thinking about getting a new car or looking to purchase all new furniture for your future home, hold off until after the close of escrow. My next tip is to get pre-approved for your home loan. Looking at homes is the most exciting part of the home buying process, and it's easy to want to hold off on getting pre-approved until you find a home that you actually want to make an offer on. However, factors like credit score, down payment, and debt-to-income ratio can all have an impact on your interest rate, can impact how much your lender is willing to lend you, and can even affect your ability to secure a mortgage loan. Speaking to a professional lender and getting pre-approved can provide peace of mind while knowing how much you can comfortably afford, and reduces the potential frustration of looking at homes beyond your means. And pro tip, don't be afraid to interview different lenders. This unlocks the opportunity to not only shop around for the best rates, but see who answers your question the best, see who's the most available, see who's the most responsive, and just see who you get along with the best overall. All these things are also important when deciding on a lender. And once you are pre-approved, you now have the ability to act quickly and write a strong offer when you do find a home that you love, which is important when you're competing with other buyers on the same house. Waiting on a pre-approval letter to come in while other buyers have already submitted their offer can even cause you to lose out on your dream home. And my next tip is don't max out your budget. So now that you have your pre-approval letter, you want to determine what you can comfortably afford on a monthly basis. Think about your lifestyle and other expenses you might have, things like car payments, student loan payments, going out to dinner, trips, whatever your lifestyle looks like, you definitely want to factor that in and make sure that you're not stretched too thin. Lenders will pre-approve you up to a certain amount, and it's up to you to decide how much of that you want to spend. But it's important that you're also comfortable with the monthly payment that comes with it, especially because, unlike renting, there are some extra costs that tend to come up when owning a home. Things like property taxes, HOA dues, and repairs are now your financial responsibility. So when determining what you can comfortably spend on a monthly basis, make sure you also leave room in your budget for property tax increases or any unexpected repairs. Make sure you also save some room in the budget for home insurance, which can vary greatly depending on where the home is located. My next tip is to save for closing costs. Now, there's so much talk about saving for a down payment that it's easy to forget about closing costs. Items like title insurance fees, lender fees, and recording fees that you would pay at the close of escrow are all considered closing costs. For buyers, closing costs typically range between 3 and 4% of the home's purchase price, but can range based on a number of different factors. In some cases, the buyer's closing costs can actually be negotiated with the seller. But in competitive markets like we've been seeing, it's much less common, so it's important to have the funds available just in case. So for example, if you're planning on putting 10% down on a home, make sure you have 13 to 14% of the home's purchase price set aside for the down payment plus closing costs. And my most important tip is don't skip over inspections. Here in the Bay Area, it's common for sellers to pre-inspect the home before putting it on the market. And a typical home inspection report is kind of like a general overview of everything going on with the home. General is kind of the key word here because if there's anything that might need to be addressed or inspected further, the home inspector will note that a specialist should come and take a look at the home. Someone like an electrician, a plumber, a roofer, a foundation expert, are all considered specialists in their field. And even if a seller did pre-inspect their home, you as a buyer are not obligated to make a decision based only off of those inspection reports. You can still do your own inspections, and I recommend you do your own inspections, especially when it comes to items related to health and safety that may need to be inspected further. And sometimes it's just good to get a second opinion. When reading over the inspection reports, it's important to go over each one thoroughly and don't be afraid to ask your agent questions. And if a seller didn't pre-inspect, always do your own inspections. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this: I really cannot stress how important this is. I recommend having a roof, home, and termite inspection done so that you know that the home you're buying isn't in need of costly repairs or isn't potentially putting your health and safety at risk. If you like this video, or if you'd like to know anything else about the home buying process, please feel free to reach out to me. All my contact information is listed in the description below. I'd be more than happy to talk to you about how I can help you with what you're looking for. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.